not to hide na yeah, come be offer.
Yes.
We have work on it. Men carry out, you know.
He didn't know the mic was on. Say, a concept here, he didn't know the mic was on,
but that's why you know the mic is on.
So now the mic is on.
It's on.
So I should be careful.
Be careful.
Is there a warning or a caution? So that I know where I should stand.
Make your choices.
I should choose my word.
Bro, for 10 times say anyway. That's loud. Anyway, but this I don't pay you concern, but I will not want. Oh, sorry, I don't pay you concern.
Sir.
Yeah, no, they buy for concern.
Mona Modi or concern na.
Oh, sir, someone Crawford to say will be president and not president your state of the nation address. Yet he said Miji Swai or no personal address to the nation.
Oh, na say me gas need any bansana president.
Only an idea. Yes, you be who concern but that's on lighter side.
So treat it with utmost respect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's how we treated it. Of course. But we are looking at the X factor because in her or your statement, not directly related to it though, but in her statement, that she was making mention of a certain someone she has been married to before, not referring to a certain.
The statement from Miss G to the ex-husband. And I guess
no, to all of us that people are trying to link Nebano to the ex-husband. And I'll be making it clear. I mean, if the video is there, I think will be put there that Nebano yet or yet a certain Rimonakwa bidza.
Oh, did she use that word?
Yes, she used that word.
A certain
Rimonakwa. Kwame, please, if the video is ready, I would want you to play so that
a certain Rimonakwa.
Yes, he used that.
But Rimonakwa is the former husband of Miss.
Yes, former. So let's take a lesson.
About me having a baby.
It's not nice. It's not nice.
Gloria Akpene Nyaku Akwa. My name is Gloria Akpene Nyaku. I have no documentation that bears the name Akwa. I know this is because once upon a time we knew of a certain woman Akwa who I was married to. I have been separated from Akwa for 3 years. Divorced officially for 2 years. So I don't have any ties with him.
What?
What?
Oh, I'm here free. I don't know what topic you buy, and I also link it to this.
The topic right there, I don't put this in my head.
Is it with this?
I read the topic, then there is one in my head.
Me too, I link them.
My daddy say certain women.
Certain women.
I have no business whatsoever anymore with the Monapa. I see that people want to attach us. Yes, maybe you didn't know, so it's okay. Now you know. My name is Gloria Akpene Nyaku. No Akwa attached. Please let the gentleman breathe. Recently, he graduated law school. A true story. I still saw Miss G's husband. The guy has a personality of his own. Like he's a big guy in his field. When I do things wrong in the media or when people want to praise me, they always be attached. And Miss G's husband, Romanapa, please. It used to be, but it's no longer the case. So please, for the vlogs who were writing about me My name is Gloria Akene Nyako, known as Miss G. In fact, I prefer that any day, anytime you refer to me as Miss G because that's the name everybody knows. No aqua attached. Give the man some grace. We don't have any problems whatsoever. That's why we didn't find the need to the public announcement of it. But now I have a son who's up at aqua. So
okay, Kwame, I think you're the best. Thank you so much. Counselor. Yes.
Well, greetings in the name of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Everybody listening to me should learn this from today. There are two things you should expect in marriage. One, yes. Do you read Bible?
Sometimes.
Do you know how to open the Bible?
Sometimes. So
can they help you read a scripture?
Oh, of course.
1 Corinthians. Do you know Corinthians is in the Old Testament?
Corinthians.
Yes.
Yes,
sure. It's in the Old Testament. First Corinthians chapter 7. Now read the verse 28, mommy. Now, me the foot to be
1 Corinthians chapter 5.
Chapter 7. Chapter 7. Now, mommy, who version I will kind of because King James, and yes, we some say, when I so they uncle. Data make us read this scripture. I am asking, was it necessary, or does it fit well for my Miss G to release this particular statement?
Okay, so let me read.
Go. There are different versions. Go.
But and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned.
Good.
And if a virgin marry, she hath not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you.
I wish you get NIV.
NIV.
Yes.
I think I can get NIV here.
Which versions are there? Are displaying some versions for you. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Good. 28. Yanko. Verse 28.
Yes, Kwame Pacho brought in the Kakrafon Martin.
Oh, suspect something one why. Oh, who you watch? Why? Broaden the horizon now, or lens closer to say Kwame. Kwame, yeah, Kwame.
Okay.
Yanko.
Are you pledged to a woman? That's the question. Do not seek to be released.
Good.
Are you free from such a commitment?
Good.
Do not look for a wife.
But that's all.
But if you do marry, you have not sinned. And if a virgin marries, she has not sinned.
Good.
But those who marry will face many troubles.
But that's all. But that's it.
And I will, and I want to spare you this.
But that's it.
Hey.
Ahuda.
Ahuda.
And if you are simple, you are soon your man wallet. John Wale here was the problem. On can want someone chire. The Bible has never told us those who are not married, the trouble they will face.
Okay.
They are part of the problems in the world.
The general problem.
Yes. It's a war unto us on earth. The adversary is coming. That is a general problem for any human being on earth. But specifically, he centered it to say that if you decide to marry, it is not a sin. If you even enter into marriage as a virgin, it is not a sin. It means that if you marry and you are not a virgin too, it is not a sin. So you can break your virginity like Sapoma. It is not a sin.
Why are you mentioning Sapoma?
Because she's not a virgin. She was. Until this guy broke it. No, the guy who broke it. The guy broke it mistakenly.
Were you there?
She announced it mistakenly.
Oh.
What's it? Obi on your bid, and I was going to use that for something that is meant for virgins.
Okay.
And you do on one can about them. So if you marry as a virgin,
you not
your bonnet. One worry as a virgin, so on your bonnet.
The Bible is clear.
Why clear? But also say when you enter into marriage, you will face troubles. So marital conflict, marital troubles, cheating wives, cheating husbands, it is normal. Macau. It is normal to find a wife cheating. It is normal to find a husband cheating. It is no news.
They are the troubles the Bible is talking about.
It is normal to find a husband whose male organ is not working after marriage. It is there. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. Why have you changed your face?
Right.
You are sitting here losing just like with delay, and you didn't say anything. Or the producer because you can't say no when you
Because I only remember
Kwame Ajibako, meaning the other way. I don't want to know.
Kwame Njiri.
Ajimao. Famam no Mufanko.
Wajibi.
And I know we are sending them. Can space for the Mudos were there. Lens problem. Another community. See. So troubles will come. So there are two things I say you should expect in marriage: cheating and divorce.
Cheating and divorce.
They are part of marriage.
They are part of the trouble.
They are part of they are. If your husband has not cheated yet, it's financial status. No. Don't think you are the most holiest husband. No. A man who has not cheated yet is poor. No. Money answereth all things.
When the money comes,
oh my God, your friendship will change. Look, what is the role of Elon Musk in the American Constitution? What's he doing? What is he doing when it comes to cabinet?
He's now dictating.
Why is he there? To the extent that his son, that small boy, devoid of security, can be speaking to the president when he's addressing the nation. Why is Elon Musk there? Money.
Cash.
So when you are poor, you speak loose. No one for oh yahu and can kwasi asem. And I made ya me kwa ye Jimmy Breno ye disan kwasi asem na ka menka so bi fa na yirechi menka so bi fa ukurechi why wonya wa so be no. Cheating is a personal decision. It's a personal decision. You choose to do it or not, but it's part of marriage. So when it happens, don't commit suicide, don't die, don't look. There is no woman on earth that can protect the husband from cheating, and there is no man on earth that can keep a woman who is not ready to be kept.
It is personal.
Oh, please. The fact that you make her Mrs. Lutrot, the fact that you make her Mrs. Kobe, doesn't mean that automatically she'll be kept. No. It is a personal decision that she wants to be kept. Because no man, including myself, can satisfy any woman in the world.
Not even with loss.
Oh, please. You are talking about sexual satisfaction. Have you ever satisfied your wife before? Don't tickle yourself and laugh.
Hey, I'm good.
Please. Don't try it. So you cannot satisfy a woman who has a blue scarf, green scarf, yellow scarf, violet scarf. Now, the basic colors, red, gold, green, blue, white, and black. Now they buy something that is similar to what is in the wardrobe, and they say it's called indigo brigi, brangis, lusque, turquoise violet, turquoise blue. So, and you are with your wife, who's when she comes out, her hair is plenty. When she gets home, she's Sakura. I mean, these people, you cannot satisfy them. That is why God failed in the first marriage, and He decided not to join any marriage thing again. So nobody has a wife that God gave you, not even me. I'm bringing it to our conversation of how to manage an ex, how exes are made, and to tie into the address from my Miss G. And you are not comfortable with the way she referred to the ex-husband. The question is, was it even necessary for Miss G to address us on the divorce or her marital status after delivery? Why is this necessary now after delivery? Okay. Did you know Miss G was married to Aqua Stevens?
Oh, I knew.
You knew? Yeah. Were you at the wedding?
No, I didn't.
Good. So you know. How many people even have ever heard that Miss G was married to Aqua Stevens? A lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
Those of us in the media who are close, we know.
Yeah.
Because both of them are in the media.
Speak.
So I'm saying that if we are discussing these things and somebody says, I am no more married, Miss G said it was not necessary for them to bring their divorce public. Why now?
That's the question.
What has necessitated it now?
Now, if it wasn't,
Then she says what has necessitated it, that now they are forcing to attach the Aqua Stevens to her name. Bloggers are writing, vloggers are writing. People are still holding her to be Mrs. Aqua Stevens.
Likewise, the banner.
So remember people are linking her to Aqua. So she want to let everybody know from today that I am no more Aqua. That is why she gave the press release. She addressed the nation that I am no more. But from the beginning, when she went through separation and then she went through divorce a year ago, which was 4 years ago, they didn't see it necessitation to address us.
Yeah.
This address from Miss G, is it in consultation with Aqua Stevens?
That's another.
Because if it is not in consultation with him, he might also want to address the nation. Then whatever they thought of not doing, take away this boy and give him delay. Who is you? Or what are you? What is you? Okay. So also audio or the delay next year.
Oh no, delay.
Now where the quiet?
Kwame.
What the quiet day? What the quiet day? Who be pesi gadi aye wani? Ti se Kofi Adoma. Who the quiet? Who the
Kofi Adoma?
Na me en bomb pa ma Kofi Adoma ni mbra na chale. Ehia no. Se nkomo we nyina na ko be dibi. Tie. Enti address na Miss G here. Bibi so. Is it in consultation with the ex-husband na? Ano no kwa ne brand no protected. If yes, why now? I'm only asking questions.
Yeah.
And she's telling us the reason why she's saying it now. That people are adding the Aqua to her name when they are typing. She prefers to be called her native name or be addressed as the brand name Miss G. But why now?
Why now is the question. Why?
Does it mean that both of them decided to go quiet on the divorce, on the separation? Is it so? So if they have decided, why is it now out that she's speaking? Is it in consultation with Raymond? Or we are waiting for Raymond to also come and address us? Isn't it because as we speak, Solomon Odro Apostle and Charlotte Odro Counselor, their case is still pending. Whether Solomon is not tired of giving us facts, figures, numbers, or we are waiting for Charlotte to respond when she comes back from her itinerary in as she's roaming in countries. But right now, everything Solomon says in his church is referred to Charlotte. Anything Charlotte says on the pulpit is referred. I'm asking you, Miss G's address. What necessitated it was bloggers are still calling her Mrs. Aqua Stevens.
But would they change after this address? Would they change?
Obapa Christiana Love. You know Christiana Love?
Yes, Obapa.
She also tried her best to change her name. So we call her Obapa Christie. Gifty Adoye.
Yes.
When you address her as Gifty or say, she forced that we should stop that thing and be called Gifty Adoye. He didn't do a press conference.
Yeah.
But now we call her Gifty Adoye. 25 years of Akosua Japon's brand.
Yeah.
She made a statement that I have never forgotten. Akosua Japon said that one of the things she's learning in her life is that if you are in a public space and you are building a brand, never build a brand with your husband's name. I took it, but it depends on the type of name your husband has. Why is Mrs. Francisca Duncan Williams still called Francisca Duncan Williams after divorce?
That name is huge. That name is big. That name commands some oil. There's an aura around that.
It is not titles. That is why my life is not about titles. I love it. I've gone to school. You should address me as my titles. But what I'm working for in the world is that my name will become a key. That's what I asked you from the beginning. Who is Elon Musk? He's not Dr. Elon Musk.
No.
It's not Reverend Elon Musk. It's not Bishop Elon Musk. But Elon Musk have made a name to the extent that his small boy can be carried on the shoulder at a presidential dignitary program. It is the name. So if somebody is fighting to delete a name from her name, why?
Are you saying the name is not relevant? You are not saying.
It's a ringatone.
Are you saying that?
I am not saying. I'm only analyzing.
Are you insinuating?
I am not insinuating. I'm talking about excess. Why would somebody still want to run with the name of the ex?
But others
and why would somebody run away from the name of an ex? We are discussing how to manage your ex, the X factor.
Yes.
I'm only analyzing because the video that was played, Miss G, my Miss G says, bloggers, vloggers are adding the name to. I am saying this that most bloggers, a write-up that came up on Twitter, on X, sorry, says that people didn't even know that she was married to Raymond until this video. Yeah. So was it really necessary for Miss G to come out? Now, she says what has necessitated this was because the new sun, people think that the sun is aqua.
And the sun is not aqua. So from all indication, the sun is not aqua.
So is Miss G's presentation for us to have a clearer picture that we are divorced and I have a child?
But the child is, I mean, P is all over everybody now. Those who, I mean,
but she did baby wash and whatever, shower and all. So we know she has delivered. Yes. We know her pregnancy was there. But who says it's Raymond who impregnated her? Who said it?
That might be the thinking of the people. So she wants people to depart from that thing.
Is it necessary?
Me, I'm not answering that question.
That the son, no, he says the son, he doesn't want the son to grow and can become confused that this is his father, this is not his father. So who is the father?
And I mean, you ask him. Let me ask. Let me for ask me.
So was this necessary? I'm still asking. I'm only asking questions. Look, before you take a decision, talk to the right people. If you ask me, if my Miss G could have asked me, this is what I'm going to do, I'll tell her, leave it. Allow sleeping dogs to lie.
Counselor, if she had come to you and asked for an opinion,
this will not happen.
Professional one.
This will not happen.
And what would be the ramification of what she has done and that advice you would have given her?
She has opened the Pandora box. And the content of the Pandora box. Maybe somebody has a lie because Makase, if you say what the left do for the right, don't let the right know. So when you live in that state, you allow the animals to speak, and the animals, when they speak, is smelling.
Sure.
Exes are made out of sexual relationship. So there are people that they have marks close to their private part. Nobody knows until you get there with them. So when people have an ex, like an ex-husband, they are more detailed than the superficial makeup we see out there. There are men whose wives' buttocks are full of stretch marks. Nobody sees them.
They know.
And there are women who have seen certain marks on the tummy of their husband that nobody has seen it. So when it comes to people, how to manage your ex, the way the ex is produced determines the management.
Manner that individual
becomes your
ex determines how you manage it.
See, why is somebody keeping the name Duncan Williams? And not only her, a lot of people in the States, a lot of musicians. I go say Japan has married how many times?
I don't have the number, the figure.
She married Nat Brew, if I can remember.
Yes.
Is it Nakores?
When they were Nakores, then time.
She married other people. Finally, she got married to a prophet. You know that? Their last marriage recently?
No.
Oh, she was married to a prophet. Oh.
Hey, sir.
Yes. I'm saying it to battle a point. Say, sir, statement, I could say the point, yeah. Say, keep your maiden name on your brand. Me who baby a fee bano.
Sorry, Prophet Daniel Asamoah Abi.
But they're no more married.
Oh,
now why are you good as saying Kramo? And they are still married. Maybe so.
She's now married. That is what I think.
So now I said they are still married.
Yeah, yeah.
A good normal. I didn't hear. Me can you see a sense to say? Yan fan say, embe dudu akwesi Japan awali egui. Yan fan say, okoya wa ina chorus no ye ni di akosi na chorus. Okoya no ye we akosi lutros. Okoya no ye we a rebel Japan. Okoya. It means that the 4 times or 6 times or 10 times it was akosi Japan's brand will be going through phases like Christian Love, who struggled to get rid of Pastor Love.
But now it is Akosi Japan and Akosi Japan.
That's so.
That's the brand.
And that is the last part of Miss G's conversation. I prefer to be called Miss G and not any other name.
But, Counselor, come to think of it, did people really call her by any other name?
That's why I asked you. Did you know that he was married to Raymond?
I did, but I'm not sure.
Have you heard?
A lot of people did.
But she said the bloggers are writing. So to manage an ex is very important. But the way the department or the departure, of the ex happens determines how you will vilify, praise, run away, keep the name. Solomon Oduo Charlotte Oduo has 3 children. So they will forever be in their faces.
Yeah.
Miss G Raymond Akwa never had a child. Per the records, per her conversation, that they didn't have a child.
It doesn't mean baby papa be a link one.
But today, their marriage can never be recorded anywhere. Because the thing that can keep you indelibly involved, apart from the name, is having a living thing between the two of you, a child.
Of which we don't.
Of which, per her presentation, she has made it clear to us only Raymond Niba. Because only Raymond Bank Obeka said, this child is not for Raymond, but Joan, Millicent, Agogo are for Raymond. Tinameka said, this particular reason for the presentation Miss G has done, and she knows she's putting this in the media, and it will not slide. No, it will not slide. And I'm saying that if you do, you see, when you go through divorce, you are given 2 certificates of identity because you married under the civil law. And any write-up you are coming because of public space, it is believed that the 2 of you should do it in consultation. When there are children between the 2 of you, that gives you access and custody. There is supposed to be a procedure. So I asked Raymond and Miss G, did they come to conclusion to have this done?
I'm not sure that Raymond knew of this.
So is Raymond also coming up very soon to tell us the side of the story?
I'm not sure Raymond will come out.
Who was sure that Solomon Oduo would do what he did?
Yes.
Because people can provoke.
Yeah, people have limits.
On X, somebody has written, I didn't get the name. He said, is Miss G saying that Raymond's male organ cannot produce a child? Hey. Yes, it's there on X.
And some of these can trigger him. I make some pointless.
That's what I said. She wants to free herself, Matthias. But the conversation with an ex, say, when you're careful, you become an enemy forever. But look at the nice way Miss B ended. Allow the young man to be.
Yeah, to breathe.
He just passed out law school. Let him be. So in the concluding part, she has celebrated the ex-husband. Are they close? Are they nice? We don't know. So a certain man is what was worried to you. It's normal to call your ex a certain man. In the Bible, anybody they refer to a certain man was leaving Jerusalem to Jericho. It means the man has a name, but he has worked above his name. So they didn't write his name like a certain man.
Like a good Samaritan.
a certain good Samaritan. His name was never captured. Other people's names were captured.
Yeah.
But when a man has a name, you don't refer to him as a certain man. I see that thing that you are not comfortable with as a slip of tongue. A certain, okay, a certain, no, the dinosaur, and a different, a certain Raymond Aqua. Or they are qualifying. So, men come on and say, Miss G, your Kanye, one tiasia, over tiasia later. But me say, I want to be a Yahuda will be armed. Yes, why we are why you so what be a Kai say, Uber
Bre, aside Uber Breno,
a cabreno cheating and divorce. Nyama mienui, unwale you can't cheat. Cheating is for us, the married one. Boys here, wale, kwame, they can't cheat. Or they can't cheat. They are exploring because there's no commitment in marriage.
No commitment to qualify him.
No. Because if you are going out with a guy who is not married to you and is able to introduce you in public, you should be angry and report him to a nearby police station. Because the only legitimate thing that can be produced out there is a wife.
Or block you.
Say, yeti sakuma wali nso wali. Na be mo ne da no odi na beto is his birthday. No. I say you should report such people because it's impersonation.
Sakuma, you are listening. Charlie, do the need.
What was so as a blog? And I get, he just surprised me with the car. No, don't try it. We only advertise wives and husbands. Even that with limitation. With limitations and with principle governing them. So those who can cheat are they married. If you are not married, you can cheat.
Okay, counselor, earlier there, the X factor, if you'll be able to manage it depends on the nature.
The way you departed.
The accident or coming about.
Yes.
Enlighten us more.
Now, in the first place, we are married. Type of marriage we are in. What enacted the divorce? Okay. In Miss G's narration, a conversation has started on the handles. I think it's X. And the conversation is around the Miss G has been mocked. Somebody even mentioned on Facebook. Say finally the fear she has seen the dibu. I said no, see Miss G so boni. Me who that me machine me prepare for me access na me. So Miss G awadi awe jai no oni Raymond. Was it sexual compatibility for delivery? And now Raymond to me nyem. And then Miss G akonti. Awadi jai ba na njina so no ekoye abawo a. Oba ne kono ko wo pe. E dani asemfo from a bema na or anything. Sanso na se be bema ti. Na ba ne wo. Na bema ni fa de chi ko nyempe. Na dani adeso ma ba na no ti awade. Ba bit no ba say. Omumienu nyina enya sexually compatible to deliver a child. But Raymond Corey obewo. Miss G Corey wow. Enya obewo. Wow.
Okay, Miss G.
Then I make catch you say, "Enya wali enya di G awo." Sasa na monte basiano. Asofo ni ntie. Enya wali enya di G awo. E die pa de G awo. E die pa. Ntune be mate. No ntumi nyemu a. Me num so ntwa pe. Ja wali eno.
Oh.
I think I missed the other introduction.
Now, how do you know that?
Of a new father of the child. Hannah disapprove.
Debbie, forget our mistake.
No, we can't forget.
You've made a statement.
There is a proof.
No. You've made a statement that only bear mati. Not on to me wa.
Jawaliano.
Let me say, how do you, as the person involved, know as the Oba that a bear man but
come on you. Mission where? Oh where? As the record of his sex straight. Now Babrewa, no in the menopause. 26 years. Who call IVF? Waste of money. Scabbard me airport with him.
As about okay, dear, I saw a cassette you.
Doom radio.
Yeah, then doom.
Now Doom radio, I go live. Higher Onya FM. So the way you depart leaves a bad story. Odatilante and Gloria departed. The way they departed, to the extent that Odate can sit on live TV and cry like a baby. These are girls and fancies. Girls and fancies are not strong. They can cry just now. A big man with money is crying because of
Three kids. Three. But also got 2 years.
What's it?
So also got 2 years. Odate went and shot, and now he has kids.
It's a fin of dunia, Jumana. We ask questions.
So,
but will that have courage to do a DNA over these children before the second one comes? When you hear the word DNA, will you be happy to go and touch it?
I'm sure he's even done. Yeah, sure. Hey, wow, only one, I think 2 or 3.
3
after the marriage.
And I say, but when Uncle so the departure between Gloria and Udate became a big war. The departure between Asamoah Gyan, who has never married before, mind you, by law,
he was not married.
Asamoah Gyan has a baby mama. Their departure, because they are not wives, he has a baby mama. So the story of a baby mama and a wife doesn't produce an ex. An ex is anybody that you have a legitimate sexual relationship with.
Legitimate sexual relationship.
So ex-girlfriends are not inclusive.
It is marriage.
It's somebody that we have legitimacy to call this is your ex when it comes to relationship.
So either the Mohammedan, either the ordinance, or the customary.
That is what we are talking about. Baby mamas are not exes. So the way you depart is what I'm explaining. Say, then they see now what the buy. No, to me, what? Many neteno, nehu ni ho. Mayebi abre, hey, we oba, na bema walo, no chinchin hospital sebe wa, we nimguasi me busiafo, with no apologies. Because you need to know your status before you decide to marry. As a man, what is your sperm count now? What is the volume of your sperm? What is the speed of your sperm? Do you have head and have tail? Don't wait till you have a wife.
Before.
It's part of the preconceptional care. Abranti na ma opodudo. Yes, she said the sperm podudo na e podudo.
Nana kwame asam na wo.
Mimbo obi adin. Mimbo obi adin.
Incidentally, omi enu nyina so.
Omo podudo. Ahun na wo kaso mo nya podudo. Enti se omi
enu se ye nana kwame.
Enti yan kwa nana ne de ye.
Which of them na ye? Omi nyina so say space.
Me de ba ku na sem na meka. Akora ne so oni ye. Oni girl. Me cha akora na.
What's that called Nigel? Hey,
only girl.
Oh, over there, tell one I do.
That's also a junior. We also need the girl today. We are junior. And the fact is that once you go into the marriage, you are going there to stay. It's not forever. But once marriage collapses, you have an ex. The way the ex happens will determine whether you want to run away from the name or you want to keep the name. Now, when divorce happens with children, your ex will always be in front of you because of the children. When they are not children, your ex will hardly find you because and Kolani say and Kolani have keeping money and Kolani resident say this thing now. Now there are so many ways of having an ex. It is not always through divorce. Death brings divorce. Obi yiriwu amaninya ex. Obi knuhu emaninya ex. And then me go so wale there. Me yiri me nu amawale omo nyina benya ex-husband. John Newton. But a dear me ya to one intin me jindi da. Say me yiri me nu we me jawa wale a. Ombe mistake so to dinachment.
But if it happens that one of them is moving on,
she can't keep my name, but she'll keep records and use the Obedidi Dino.
Obedidi discard just like there on paper.
But say a problem ne buyer or say young delete Dino. One of them me titles
like Miss Jean.
Me put me names of my titles, and I set in a how.
Certain yes, I can was wearing. So also certain, but certainly the name came.
Yes.
Certain
Rimonapa.
A certain Rimonapa.
Yes.
A certain
Rimonapa. I didn't have
and Hamu. Maybe I Hamu.
But one can hear. One can hear. And yes, script no read it. With me see. Dear fan channel. Only know bank on Kasa. There's nothing tying the two of them. Bibi and Tayo. So an ex that have no tie have the way they behave. An ex that have a tie have the way they behave. So when there's no child and you depart, there's a way you behave. When there's a child you depart, there's a way you behave. People are trying to erase every memory, both good and bad, after they depart. So to manage an ex, the first thing is it determines the way the ex came. Don't lose that conversation. How did the ex come? Marriage in good saying, yeah, do you want them? Are you sure that Charlotte Odro, Solomon Odro, if their divorce is finally granted, can they sit in one place? But can we ever delete Charlotte Odro from Solomon Odro? Why? Because they have a child or they have children between the two of them. So managing an ex, it's determined by the way you depart, how you build the ex in your life. And I said this on record. Look at Akosua Japan as my case study. She's married more than once, but her brand is there. Look at Obapa Christie, who was Christiana Love. Departing from the Pastor Love Act was not easy. Even till today, once a while, we all do that to her.
No, Christiana Love,
then you correct yourself. So to manage an ex.
Stella Dugan.
Thank you.
So Stella Seal, like it was.
Stella Seal became something. Pastor Dugan getting off from Stella was another thing. Just like Florence Obinim. If she attempts to leave Obinim, she will have no brand in the world unless she keeps the Obinim. Because she has used the Obinim for everything. Both good and bad.
People might even think that Obinim rather than saying
yes.
Like,
yeah, but better than said it.
Yeah.
Because once Obaya Wale come on now, yes, it's on the proper now. And you work with the proper now. So to get an ex and to be a Yawa traditionally, or no on trouble them anything. It's in a what you go, you have bear man and son so. If you are what you go a good, oh, Kwame in a corner, Kwame Bang. Oh, Kwame Watson Bay. A Jack Crab Watson, but man. Thank you. It's a wadia manipa Eddie in Grofudi Sawon to some a quarter wadia. Naka Miss G Wadi Remoni and if you are Wadianka, Eddie be a solid so.
But, Counselor, it's a Miss G. You would appreciate that. Also, she never used the upper when used Remoni, though they were married, but when used Remoni. I want to know, isn't that a piano? Because we know that, yes. In principle, or Warwa, it ought to change, but for some experiences, they still use their own name, but people still can refer them as Messrs. So, though unchanging officially.
So, to be a master's registered slave is to gazette the name. And Mrs., I say it means master's registered slave.
Mrs.
Yes.
Oh.
So to be the master's registered slave, legally you are supposed to gazette it. And once you do the gazettation, then all other document is valid. But I am now Mrs. Gloria Akpene Stevens Aqua or whatever. So what she's telling us is that she never gazetted to be called a Mrs. Yeah. So she has never been a Mrs., but she was married. It was unnecessary. Because she's opening a lot of things. Was she in the known that as in the earlier stages of the marriage will collapse? That's why she didn't gazette it. Because we love her as Miss G. Yes. And we would die with her as Miss G. Even the new baby's father, if the new baby's father decides to marry Miss G, we will still love her as Miss G. So to manage an ex, the extent is that whoever you go and marry must also now learn to determine how to use you who has an ex. To manage an ex in marriage, whoever is marrying somebody's ex must learn how to use you as somebody's ex.
Wow.
So my first wife's husband had a child with her before I married her.
Yeah.
I don't have right over that man. I don't determine their relationship.
Yes, money.
I don't set boundaries for my wife and the ex-husband. She set her own boundary. So any man who is married to somebody's ex, if he begins to set boundaries, you are a fool. So we'll discuss setting boundaries for exes next week, God willing.
Counselor,
if you want to divorce, don't go to a lawyer first. See to a counselor first.
It should come to you.
Yes.
If
you want to do a presentation like the address Miss G did, talk to a professional counselor first, not a legal person. Because if you ask me, this thing could have not been done. The new child would definitely have a name. Those who would think it's Raymond's child, it's okay. But right now, the conversation is Raymond not potent enough to impregnate Miss G? And is that why she left the marriage? Don't create a conversation that you would not want to jump to conclude. On 0277 609 644. I repeat, don't stay in a barren marriage. A childless marriage will cause you to have depression. It's painful for a man to be having sexual intercourse with you to impregnate you throughout the night. Now I say we said you na menstruation about. And yes, so you boni. Na bema hunsu ni ho. Men tra bema ni hunsu ni ho. Men tra ho embo no embuild this sperm no. Kopenia di eni bema yedma no wale. Men for dog entra wale phone on 0277 609
0277 609
644. Why would you say see a person? I want man go uncle heaven. Bearmenti Baramembo. I said, you want man go uncle heaven.
This is Bema.
Be our only Bema. Or so he may say, oh, dear, ye young. And you best all Bema, me a gender chatter. Baramembo. Now Bema. Ukusha Spesa. Buano, because in check. Nani Bema who bedroom 0277 609 644. Next week, setting parameters.
Setting parameters
for your ex.
Who
does it? Why should we do it? And
I'm looking forward to that.
Say you share and come be say.
But I say counselor.
But onyo kuni Raymond. Catch and say, she should not respond. Say Beman ne Haman say no seems soon.
But I say counselor.
Good night.
Thank you. Well, from the Henry Eludiak, our friend Counselor Luton. Production was done by Nana Kwame Obin, your DJ on duty, DJ Kubo. Production assistant, your Lois. As I always say, remember to keep on doing good wherever you find yourself. Henry, I'm out.
Yare yo, yare yase. Obi benya one fi yare. Yamfa yare nsu nya nipa. Sichire yare ni no. Sickness can determine the last straw of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and loved ones, supporters of our foundation, the CL Foundation for Health, Diabetes and Asthma and Cerebral Palsy. We are knocking at your doors, knocking at your pockets, knocking at your emotions. Support me and my team to support people living with diabetes, asthma and cerebral palsy. Your donations are welcome on 862-215-2007. Your Zelle 862-215-2007. MTN Ghana numbers 055-000-5077. 055-000-5077. It is the MTN number. CL Foundation for Health and Support. Help us with the diabetes equipment, glucometers, wheelchairs, old clothing, new clothing, financial support, and let's give it to the needy. Thank you for your support.